Your palms have sweated during a movie. Your heart has raced from a dream you knew was fake. Your muscles have tensed, reading a text message that describes something that already happened, thousands of miles away. Your body responded to something that was, by every physical measure, not happening to you. And the reason goes deeper than you think, because your brain may be unable to tell the difference. Think about the last time you replayed an awkward conversation in your head. Maybe it was 3 days old. Maybe 3 years. The moment you reconstructed it, the other person's face, the words you wish you'd said, your chest tightened, your jaw clenched, your breathing got shallow, the conversation was over, the room was empty, and yet your body acted like it was happening again, right now, in real time. This is one of the strangest features of human biology. Your muscles, your glands, your cardiovascular system, they all take orders from a source that can't distinguish between a memory and the present moment, between a fear and a fact, between something vividly imagined and something standing right in front of you. And this has consequences most people never consider. In the 1990s, researchers at the Cleveland Clinic ran a study that sounds like it shouldn't work. They asked participants to sit still and imagine flexing their biceps, no actual movement, just vivid mental rehearsal, 5 sessions a week, for 12 weeks. The group that imagined the exercises increased their muscle strength by about 13%. The control group, doing nothing physical or mental, gained 0 muscle growth from thought alone. The body received a signal, trusted it, and responded even though the signal was a fabrication. So why does this happen? The answer lives in how your brain processes simulation. When you picture yourself walking across a room, the motor regions of your brain activate in nearly the same pattern as when you actually walk. When you imagine biting into a lemon, your salivary glands respond. When you visualize a spider crawling up your arm, your skin conductance changes, measurably, reliably, every time. Your brain runs a simulation, and your body treats the simulation as a draft of reality, a rehearsal that triggers real chemistry. The machinery behind this is old, very old. Hundreds of millions of years of evolution built a system optimized for one thing: speed. When a shadow moves in your peripheral vision, you don't have time to philosophically evaluate whether the shadow is a predator. You flinch. Your heart rate spikes. Adrenaline floods your bloodstream. The evaluation comes after. The body moves first, questions later. That architecture never got an upgrade for the modern world. Your brain still runs the same rapid response system, except now the shadows are emails from your boss and hypothetical arguments with your partner. The system that once kept you alive on the savannah now keeps you awake at 3 in the morning, heart pounding, because you imagined a meeting going badly. And the body pays the bill either way. Researchers studying post-traumatic stress found that when someone vividly recalls a traumatic event, their body produces the same cascade of stress hormones as during the original event. The same elevated heart rate, the same inflammatory markers. The memory becomes, physiologically, a second exposure, a third, 100th. Each replay is a fresh wound the body can't distinguish from the original. This creates a loop that's difficult to escape. Stress hormones sharpen memory. Sharper memories trigger more stress hormones. The body and mind lock into a feedback cycle where the past keeps re-injuring the present. You're sitting safely on your couch, and your biology is running a war simulation. But the same mechanism cuts in the other direction too. Visualization studies with athletes have shown results that challenge common sense. A study at the University of Chicago tested basketball players on free throws. One group practiced physically. One group practiced only in their minds, visualizing each shot with full sensory detail. The mental practice group improved almost as much as the physical practice group. Their bodies had been learning from experiences that never happened. The key variable is vividness. A vague, half-formed thought barely registers. A rich, detailed, multi-sensory simulation, the sound of the ball leaving your hand, the arc, the swish, produces measurable physiological training. The more real the simulation feels, the more your body commits to it. Your neurons fire in patterns that strengthen the same pathways actual practice would build. This is why phobia treatment works the way it does. Exposure therapy often begins with imagination. A person terrified of flying doesn't start by boarding a plane. They start by sitting in a quiet room, eyes closed, imagining walking through an airport, then imagining boarding, then imagining takeoff. Each round, their body responds with decreasing intensity. The fear response weakens because the body can't tell that the airport is fictional. It processes the calm survival of each imagined flight as evidence, real evidence, and the fear recalibrates. Your biology is, in a very literal sense, a democracy of signals, and it counts imagined signals as valid votes. Consider what this means for your daily mental habits. Every catastrophic scenario you run, the job loss, the diagnosis, the rejection, your body processes as something that is actually happening. Every worst-case rehearsal dumps stress chemistry into your bloodstream. Every imagined confrontation tenses your muscles and elevates your heart rate. You're living through events that may never occur, and your body is accumulating the wear as if they already did. Chronic stress researchers have measured this accumulation. People who ruminate, who replay negative scenarios repeatedly, show the same long-term health markers as people who experience those scenarios in reality: elevated inflammation, suppressed immune function, accelerated cellular aging. The telomeres at the ends of their chromosomes, those biological clocks that shorten with age and stress, were shorter in chronic ruminators than in age-matched controls who experienced comparable life difficulties but didn't mentally replay them. The replay was doing damage the event itself had already finished doing. Now zoom out and think about what this means at scale. Every human walking around is running private simulations all day long. Conversations that might happen, outcomes that could go wrong, reunions, breakups, promotions, disasters, all being rehearsed backstage, all generating real chemistry, all shaping the body as surely as diet and exercise. You felt this. That Sunday evening dread before a Monday you're anxious about. Your weekend was fine, nothing bad was happening. But your stomach clenched, your mood dropped, and your sleep suffered, because tomorrow's simulation was already running and your body was responding to Monday before Monday existed. The uncomfortable implication is this: your body doesn't care about truth. It cares about signal fidelity. Feed it a high-resolution simulation of danger, and it will mount a full defense. Feed it a high-resolution simulation of safety, and it will downregulate accordingly. The content of the signal matters far less than the clarity of it. Which raises a question worth sitting with. If your body can't tell the difference between a real experience and a vividly imagined one, then the stories you tell yourself about your past, your future, your capability are producing real, measurable physical consequences every single day. The narrative isn't decorative, it's instructional. Your cells are listening, and they believe every word. Critics rightly point out that imagination has limits. You can't visualize your way out of a broken leg, or think yourself immune to a virus. The body's response to mental simulation operates within biological constraints. It primes systems, adjusts chemistry, strengthens or weakens patterns. It shapes the terrain. It doesn't override physics. But within those constraints, the influence is so large that ignoring it is its own kind of risk. Every night, you'll lie in the dark and your mind will run its projector. Scenes from tomorrow, next week, 10 years from now. Your body will watch each one and respond as if it's live footage. The question that matters is simple: what are you screening?